for a lot of these teams, because there is so little players left remaining, there should be a lot of open spots. For instance, Titans take this compound underneath Northwest Mountain for free. I think they're surprised by it as well. That's why they're looping around. They're expecting to get shot, but no one's here. Park up. It's yours.
Technically, at this point, with it only being 2 of the 4 members, I think they're just called ANDs.
Yeah.
Just half of them. Yeah. Oh, actually, it might just be, yeah. Oh, nothing. They're gone. All right. See you later.
Wait.
They absolutely mauled.
That was Alpha did that. That was Mandarin from over on the... So it wasn't even the Nameless. The Nameless rocked up, ready for a fight. Mandarin was like, I got that for you, boss.
Yeah, I'll deal with this. Mandarin, I'll be pandering.
To the Nameless, at least, that's for sure. Give him a little salute from across the road. Got you, boys. Don't you worry.
Hey up, lads. All right.
Yeah, that compound's for you now.
I know.
You made this for me.
Pre-Christmas gift. Very early.
Nice.
Yeah. It is polite of him. This is the sort of guy that Mandarin is, you know? He's a good guy.
Looking at the circle that Hattin is chock-a-block with players at this point in time. Dagestan currently playing the sneaky little angle on the outside. I don't particularly like the compound that Dagestan's playing. It's pretty rough to find those angles over towards Volga. There's limited windows to actually play off the back of. However, it's pretty... Oh God, it's pretty safe. That's not safe. Vehicle was so shocked.
Well, he was so startled he went flying.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, honestly, I felt like that vehicle in that moment. There was an up and then a very sudden down. De Muerte, gone.
Yeah, it's basically a supply drop for the guys from Mad Bulls. Very nice. Pleasing.
Just chucking him a bone.
It's a great rotate from Mad Bulls as well to be able to get here. But again, a lot of that comes off the back of the circumstances of there just being no one left. Everyone is gone. But there is still shots going up towards them. We'll have to still be a little bit careful. Gladiators should understand there's a team down here. Maybe Matic can find a cheeky off angle towards his position, or potentially even Meku. Next circle will determine basically the pace of the game, because no one's had to move. No one's had to do anything. Everyone's very comfy in their spots. SBG still living on. This is going to be putting a bit more of a focal point over towards that the love heart area of the Northwest Island. You can see it. I hope you can see it. I would draw it on the old telemostrator, but I'm not going to here. But over where the loot box is, that's kind of a nice position to play. It's where Gladiators would usually take early on, but they've been suffering to fast rotates from other teams, taking down the 2 players that do head towards that position. So potentially a rotational path for them there.
Meanwhile, seems like Shockwave stuck a little bit inside of the spin cycle as they're getting cleaned up by Volga Boys. Been able to find a nice knock onto them. Volga Boys playing very confidently with their setup as well, somewhat split in basically 2 duos. They do have a bit of an infiltrator lurking in the back line though. Victor, the spy, has snuck into their compound and gone undetected for quite some time. So if Victor's able to cause a bit of push and pull, potentially backstab whilst another squad instigates a fight, he could look to clean up, or maybe just keep his nose out of trouble and think about placements on this one. Yeah. As we've lost so many squads so quickly, the room to steal away some points is getting closer and closer. Permitter on the move as well, avoiding the blue narrowly as they'll take their rotation and their sweet time to arrive on this one.
Yeah, you can kind of see as well why I mentioned that Dagestan compound just isn't all that good. You can see there's practically just that one angle on the door side. So it's very easy to see where you're going to be getting shot from. It's not a case you have to watch multiple windows, it's just that one door. You have a look at it now and again, you can find yourself some shots. It's always very difficult for that team that plays in that compound. It's nice that you can just hold it and then try and take some pot shots as teams leave outside of Hattin. Permitter, fortunately, will not be a heavy hitter coming in towards this end game as Alpha Team does spot them out. Takes a couple of shots. Mixer is now in a very, very precarious situation, let's say.
Yeah, not getting any easier here for Mixer. The blue's going to constantly make your life awkward. If he does want to try and close the gap and go for the rotate in towards the zone, basically offering himself up as sacrifice. Realizing this, he's just biding his time, trying to get one last heal in to see if that will make any sort of difference. And they're most likely just going to go for the Hail Mary of attempting to close the gap and get into the zone somewhere. No matter really where he takes this, though, every edge is covered with both VP, Alpha, and even the Nameless down towards the wayside there, covering your entry points. So not going to be easy. Life gets a little bit harder for Gladiators with the way that the zone moves. Madball's still going to be content. But Dagestan are right there. And Gladiators actually opting to go for a fast rotate onto this one. They've gone straight in.
Yes, that's exactly what I want to see. I mean, this is kind of the compound that, well, the area around the map where they usually try and take up anyway. Kitsune does drop and will be flushed out as well. So will Tixie. That's unfortunate.
Look good on the mini-map.
I was happy for a second, yeah.
Mate. Yeah, it's not worked. Just overzealous on the peaks as well, running the crosshairs and just getting absolutely swung on. And Meccan's still alive though, mate. So there you go. Assault back onto Fleek. Ooh, instant trade.
That is so annoying. Why have they done this to me? This was a clean rotate. It was easy enough. You can't just send it. I think they had to barrel it maybe last circle, realistically. Again, it's a great play from Madballs to get here as early as they did. Volga now moving out over towards Dagestan's compound, easily shrouded off by the smokes here. Makes it easier to get nice and close towards them. It's Takimi who gets blasted out of the way there by a lovely nade. Mixer will die outside in the blue zone.
Our team's really starting to drop quickly again now. The pace of the game revving up once again as Volga boys are also gone. And you can see just how much red there is filling up on the right-hand side of the screen for a majority of these squads. So many players on their last legs, lucky to be brought back into the games. Quick rotates coming around now as well.
If it didn't work the first time, what makes you think it's going to work the second? Come on, boys.
I mean, they're giving it a go.
I mean, they're in. Okay, never mind.
You know, let's see.
Respect.
Been able to close the gap a little bit. And Tixie